Just go through them one by one and get your thoughts on them.
All right.
Number 5.
Everything.
Number 5, I think, is the most interesting, but we're going to start with 1. Regardless of your corporate mission and the stakeholders you serve, make sure you're protecting your content. So far in the cord-cutting age, we've done a great job in maintaining revenue, and signs are good. Example given, Disney purchase of Fox RSN for top dollar. That the slow death of cable will be bad for sports. In fact, perhaps it will put us in a better spot with more valuable content packaged in an attractive way to viewers who want it on any devices.
Wait, hold on. Is anyone else confused? Yes. Okay, good, because I'm lost. What the hell are you talking about?
Well,
Who's we?
It's talking about the cord-cutting age and making sure that your content is pushed out on all sorts of devices, not just cable television, basically.
All right.
Which I think is something that absolutely
Water
has
is
to be,
wet.
has to be done.
All right. And?
That was number 1. Be proactive with that. Don't let cable die and have that happen.
Okay. All right. I'm just telling you now, there's time to turn this around. I'm very scared that that I'm holding the cello on the Titanic.
No, I think this is all very interesting.
Yes, much like the Patriot stuff, where people were bashing their head off steering wheels. All right, let's go to number 2.
Second thing that needs to happen right now, pay attention to the young ones. Start investing in them. Although attention spans are shorter and participation in sports is less, the young generations of today and tomorrow will seek experiences, fulfillment, and engagement different from those of their parents. Those activities are all things sports can provide. Yes, it'll be tough. Yes, many of our leaders do not relate to these generations, but as the song says, we need to teach our parents well if we hope to remain relevant to them.
I disagree.
Basically, focus on the youth.
I disagree. Here's why. I don't think sports can do anything in that section of your discussion to help themselves. Society has moved on. Sports is not only the only thing anymore to pass the time with, or something that everybody just does. I mean, we talked about it. Participation levels are down. Attention spans are shorter. Technology has taken away the need, not desire, but need to watch games and has ruined it. People can get the best parts of the games that they want in a GIF or a clip or whatever you want to call it. I don't think sports can do anything. You can try focusing on the youth. Your product either works for a younger audience or it doesn't. I mentioned the NBA. The NBA's product works for a younger audience. It's more big moments. It's more skill on display. It's more personalities. It's more drama. It's more sex appeal than other sports. And it delivers more of that more often to more young people. That's why they are exploding ratings-wise with the younger demographic. I think the other sports are in trouble because of the way the sports are constituted. Hockey has always had an issue that nobody knows these players in juniors, okay? There is no minor league system that anyone pays attention to at a great length. Only the hardcore fans do. Half the damn league is from another country, if not more. And you also have the issue of a terrible television deal. Then hockey's a very nuanced sport. You have to understand a lot in order to really watch the game. Basketball, you can kind of just plug and play. Baseball, old person's game. Takes too long. Pace of play is a disgrace. And by the way, nobody plays baseball anymore. And football, we've talked about it. The league has its own set of challenges where a lot of people are done because of politics, because of CTE, because of oversaturation of the marketplace, because of, let's call it what it is, a sport that has to legislate the violence out of its game, but that's attacking at the very fiber of its fan base. So I don't know that sports can do anything in that realm. Carry on.
Number 3, this one's talked about a ton lately. Gambling is part of modern sports and a phenomenon shifting faster than traditionalists or conservatives understand. Whether it is fantasy sports or esports odds-making, fans everywhere, including the U.S., gamble extensively on our real and virtual games. Yes, there's a very scary downside to gambling, can be addictive, of course, but given the fact that gambling is growing, why shouldn't more sports organizations consider benefiting from it?
I think you're 100% right. And it's kind of sports' last Hail Mary. They have to do it. I think they not only have to do it, they have to embrace it. They have to integrate it. And you're seeing some of that. Much like baseball fought sabermetrics for a long time, now it's fully integrated into the broadcasts. Sports at large has to find a way to integrate gambling into it because it's really, gambling provides a loyalty to watching games that the regular person doesn't have. When you think about it, like, what is the motivation on a regular average night for the regular average guy to dedicate 2.5 hours to the Pistons or the Wings? The answer, there is none. Both spending their money at the arena or watching it on TV. So, yes, Mike, I agree fully with that one.
Number 4, we need to be proactive and change. This is actually interesting because it's kind of a topic we talked about last week here in the office. Build up the social fabric of your live events because gamers are getting social engagement online via feeds like those provided on Twitch. In simple terms, digital is no longer special. Social media is not an add-on. These are channels like any other. Treat them as such and embrace that more.
I don't understand anything he just said.
It's saying you need to embrace stuff like Twitch more.
Okay,
which
please explain to Planet Earth what that is.
People that broadcast video games, essentially.
Okay, that, first of all, I don't know why anyone watches that.
And esports, more or less.
Okay, so what do we need to do with this to fix sports?
No, that's part of it. Just people need to be more, you need to embrace the online gaming, the broadcasting of gaming.
What does that have to do with sports,
Embrace esports because people are just as connected to that now, or they're getting just as connected to that as they are.
No, here's the thing. I think instead of watching sports, that's what they're doing with their time. Why would you get into bed with something that's killing you? How are you? I mean, look, there's only so much free time people have. All right, people work more than ever. People are more stressed than ever. Sports isn't what it used to be. So, no, okay, fine. Focus more on esports. What the hell does that even mean? I feel like I'm swimming in a world of buzzwords and like catchphrases. What does that mean in practice? I'm asking.
No, I mean, according to them, it's basically just something that people are so into nowadays that you need to keep building that social media, that social platform of stuff. I mean, the NBA even just a couple weeks ago.
I'll tell you one thing.
Is doing
I still haven't heard my fix. I'll wait. I'll see if your number 5 is the biggest one.
Number 5 is very outlandish, but it's, I guess, kind of interesting. Drastically consider altering the in-person experience to smaller stadiums, segmented experiences within venues for families, for couples, groups of men, etc., where each group inside the stadium has a very different and a very specific experience.
I think more important than that, they have to price the fans back in. You have to motivate people to go
Which
out.
I would assume would be part of
the
it.
The value proposition has been lost, whether it's the Wings, the Pistons, Lions. I mean, Tiger tickets you can get for $1 bill, so I can't really complain about a value proposition there. But by and large, sports are too expensive. You've priced people out. That's it. That's all. No, Mike, I'll tell you what the fix is. How do you get people to watch games? Watch. Not just attend, but what's the most important reason for people to watch a game? Do you have that answer?
To root for their favorite team.
Think harder. What would get you to root for your favorite team?
If you had money on the game.
Try again.
If you feel connected to the team.
Okay, now we're getting here's what I'm getting at. Football is the only one who has the appropriate length of season. There doesn't need to be 162 baseball games. There doesn't need to be 82 basketball and hockey games. The regular seasons don't feel important anymore. A basketball team can lose in upwards of 40 times and still make the playoffs. Sports needs to take a look in the mirror and understand that the money they've been making is not going to continue and that they need to make their games important again. Yes, I know. It sounds like a slogan on a hat. Don't go there. I'm making a point. Make your games important again. Make the NBA season 60 games. Watch how important the regular season becomes. Make the NHL season 65 games. Watch how much more important games become. The NFL has always had the market cornered on importance because there's such a limited amount of games. A 3-game losing streak can end your year. Baseball's 162 games. I'll tell you this right now. There is no one, not even the biggest baseball fan like myself, that needs 162 games. The season starts too early in terrible weather. It finishes too late in terrible weather. That is the fix that sports needs to survive. We must shorten the seasons. We have oversaturated the marketplace to a point where people don't feel that they need to watch. When people feel that they don't need to watch, they're not connected. When they're not connected, they don't spend their money on it. And when they don't spend their money on it, you're sunk. That's just my 2 cents. 248-539-9797. We'll get your guys' thoughts on that as well. When the IRS tells you you owe money, they mean business.